Hi, Yogi Scholars. It's Kristen again with another installment of yoga. This is our last class for the week, and kind of corresponding to our different themes this week that we've been exploring. We've talked about focus. We've talked about stillness and movement. We've introduced some terms in Sanskrit and talked about paradox. And then today, since it's our last class and it's right before the weekend, it's going to be a shorter class and a more gentle class. And the theme of it is a quote by Toni Morrison, who is one of the best American writers that we've had ever. And her quote it's from a book called Beloved, and it's "You are your best thing." And so we're going to spend the next 30 minutes being appreciative of ourselves and our own bodies, and being grateful that we have the chance to move together and to breathe together. And then sometimes it's nice to be reminded of that the fact that we can sit here and do these classes and move and breathe and appreciate our bodies, that's a really important and powerful thing. So you are your best thing. You take care of yourself. There's that saying that people say in yoga a lot, but it's all in the airlines, that when you're riding in an airplane, they tell parents if the oxygen is low and the oxygen mask is time to come down, you put on your own first, and then you help your child or whoever needs help. But you have to do your own first, because you can't take care or be good to anyone else unless you first take care of and are good to yourself. I firmly believe that yoga is a way to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally and emotionally. And I'm hoping that because you're tuning into these classes, you think so too. And I hope that these are helpful. So next 30 minutes, we are our own best selves. We are taking care of ourselves. We are appreciating ourselves and our body. And so we're just going to start sitting down in a comfortable position. Sit up nice and tall with your hands on your knees. Notice if you're slouching. In fact, not only should you notice if you're slouching in yoga, you should also be aware whether you're slouching throughout the day, right? Lift up out of your waist nice and tall and roll your shoulders down and back. Close your eyes. And just pay attention right now to your breath. You don't have to change it at all at first. Just notice it as it goes in and out through your nose. Notice if you're breathing quickly or shallow, or if you can deepen it now. And as you slow down and deepen your breath, notice if that helps to change the way you feel. For me, I feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more calm. I always get a little bit nervous before I start making these videos because, you kind of wonder what you're going to say or whatever else. But taking the time, and this goes for you whenever you're feeling a little bit nervous, taking the time to close your eyes and breathe slowly makes a world of difference on how you feel. Take your right hand down to the right. Stretch your left arm up and over. Look up toward the ceiling. Feel the stretch on the side of your body. Inhale, slowly come up. Take your left hand down to the left. Stretch your right arm up and over. And slowly come up, twist, left hand over your right knee, right hand back behind you. Big breath, stretch up. Breathe out, look over your shoulder. Breathe in, lengthen up. Breathe out, look over your shoulder. Switch to the other side, right hand over your knee, left hand back behind you. Breath in, stretch up. Breathe out, look over your shoulder. Breathe in to lengthen up. Breathe out, look over your shoulder. Come back to the center. Now we're going to do a seated cat and cow. So with your hands on your knees, sit up nice and tall. For cow, you're going to inhale, lift your chest up, look up. And then for cat, exhale, pull the belly in, round in, looking at your belly and round your back as much as you can. Inhale for cow, chin up, chest up. Exhale for cat. Belly in, pull it in nice and tight. Inhale for cow, chin up, chest up, shoulders down. Exhale for cow. Pull the belly in, looking at your belly round. And then come back up to center. All right, let's curl our toes under and lift our hips up for downward facing dog. Remember, if you have tight legs and you try to keep your spine straight and your heels down, most of the time your back will round because of that. So bend your knees just a little bit, lift your hips up super high, and then notice if your shoulders are way up next to your ears, draw your shoulders away from your ears and feel how that broadens your back. Pull your belly in, and as you pull your belly in, maybe you feel your lower back stretched. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Or maybe because you're a kid, you don't feel any stretch at all because you're like gummy bears because you're so valuable and your bodies are so young, and that's a good thing. And you want to keep it that way with moving your entire life so that when you're old like me, you're not tight. Take a breath in, breath out, walk your feet to your hands, sway from side to side. And we're going to roll up gently for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll your shoulders down and back. Pull your lower belly up and in. We're going to do a side body stretch. Your feet can be together or they can be about hip width distance apart, whichever one feels better for you. Inhale, stretch your arms up over your head. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull your arm up and over. Notice if your body's wanting to go down like this. Lift your chest up and feel that stretch in the side of your body. If it feels good for you, you can look up. And then slowly come up. We'll do the other side. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, pull your arm up and over. Breathe in, stretch up, chest up. Breathe out and pull. And slowly come back up to center, arms down by your side, roll your shoulders down and back. All right, we're going to do an Utkatasana, a chair pose. Make your feet about hip width distance apart. I'm going to show you from the side. Stretch your arms up over your head, sit down in the chair, trying to keep your back straight if you can. Keep your belly in. We're going to work on our balance just a little bit. So take a big breath, inhale, exhale, bring your arms back behind you and see how high you can get on your toes, balance. And then inhale back, heels down, arms up. Exhale, arms back behind you, come up on your toes. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. And if you're like me, you felt that in your legs. All right, we're going to step back to a crescent lunge. You're going to keep your right leg forward, and you're going to step your left leg back a big step. So this is what it looks like from the front. This is what it looks like from the side. Remember, if you have a tiny little step, if you're going deep, that's too much pressure on your knee. Get a little bit wider and sit down. Arms up over your head. Big breath in and a long breath out. We're going to move with our breath and we're going to go into a series of dips. So inhale, exhale, lunge down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lunge down. Inhale, push up. And you can go really deep or not so deep, whatever your body feels like. Big breath in. Exhale, lunge down. Inhale, push up. One more, lunge down. Come up. Now we're going to go all the way down to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Hands on the floor inside of you, inside of your foot. You might have to walk your foot like I'm doing a little bit forward. And setting yourself up for lizard. From lizard, if you would like, and I'll show you what it looks like from here, we're going to do a twist. Take your right hand down, stretch your left arm up. Or excuse me, left hand down, right arm up. Look up. Now, the fun part, the challenging part, is getting back in a crescent lunge, trying to go into it mindfully. So, tuck your toes back under. Get a solid base, and then see if you can come back up. Crescent lunge. Breath in, breath out, step forward. Shake your legs out. We're going to do the other side. So step back, opposite leg, arms up over your head. Big breath in, exhale, lunge down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lunge down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lunge down. Inhale, push up. Last one, go slow all the way down to the ground. Hands inside your foot. Press your chest forward. From here, we'll go into that twist again. So, opposite foot, opposite hand, stretch your arm up. Nice little twist. Curl your back toes under and slowly come back up to that crescent lunge. Take a breath in, breath out, step forward. Shake your legs out a little bit if you'd like. Okay, we're going to do a few balancing postures, not too many. First, we're going to start off with extended leg raise pose. It's one of my favorites. Shift your weight to your left leg, bring your right leg up and hold your knee. Push your big toe down, contract your thigh. Now see if you can let it go. Stretch your arms up over your head, balance here. And then work it into a twist. Bring your left hand over your knee, stretch your right arm out to the right. And then come back, arms up over your head. Keeping that leg, see, don't let the leg touch the ground. See if you can kick it back, airplane. And step forward. Okay, let's do the other side. Shift your weight to your right leg. Left leg lifts up, hold your knee. Once you have that and you feel fairly stable, stretch your arms up over your head. See if you can hold it there. Big breath in. Exhale, twist. Look back behind you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, kick it back. The last class, I think we talked about proprioception, knowing where your body is in space. I have a little bit of a cheat because I can see myself filming. But see these toes? Most of us want to do this number, outwardly rotating the hips. You're going to try your best to point your toes to the ground. You can't see your toes, but you can feel what your body's doing. Take a breath in and out and release. Legs down. Okay, tree pose. Remember, you can do the kickstand. You can do the calf. You can do the thigh. Just avoid your knee, right? Only soft tissue. Hands together in the center of your chest. Push your foot into your knee. Your foot into your leg. No knee. Into your thigh or your calf. Press your leg into your foot. And then slowly begin to challenge your balance. That's what it's all about. One of my favorite things is to try to get right to that little edge where you feel like you're going to fall over, and then you catch yourself and you come back. And then maybe you bend the other way and come back. And release. Other side. Shift your weight to your right leg. Kickstand, calf, no knee or thigh. Lift up out of your waist as tall as you can. So really feel those muscles engaged to lift up. Hands together in the center of your chest. And then begin the challenge. And then begin to find your edge, whatever your edge may be. Every time you get to that spot and you recover, right? Your body is learning something about your own balance, your sense of self-control. And release. Shake your legs out. Okay, we're going to go back down to the ground. So come down to a seated position. Lie down on your back. Bridge pose. Feet about hip width distance apart. Remember, you can tell where your feet are by how you feel. Press your lower back into the mat. Squeeze your lower belly, arms down by your side. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Take a big breath and lift your hips up. If you would like, you can make a fist behind your back and walk your hips up a little bit higher. Now let's just play around with it. Feel how your body feels in this position, okay? So notice if your knees want to come out to the sides, and if they do, that's okay. See if you can push your big toes down and draw your knees a little closer toward one another. See if you can squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up a little bit higher. When you press your heels down, do you feel that then more through the hamstrings, these muscles? Press your entire foot or both feet into the mat. Big breath in. And slowly lower down. Upper back, middle back, lower back on the mat. All right. Bring your left heel on top of your right knee. Flex your foot. Arms down by your side. Take a big breath and lift up, one-legged bridge. Keep your neck nice and long and neutral, shoulders relaxed. As you gently guide this knee closer to the floor, you'll feel it through the outer hip. If you ever feel this, however, in your knee, you back off. And slowly lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Bring your knee in, figure four stretch. So there are several ways you can do this figure four stretch. You can hold behind the leg. You're going to take your hands inside the legs, right? And pull the knee in close. That's one way to do it. If you straighten the leg, then your legs actually really do look kind of like the number 4, and you're also getting an increased stretch through the back of this leg, right? Finally, if you want to grab over your knee and pull your knee in close, that just makes it a little bit more intense in this outer hip on this side. You choose, maybe try, you have the time here, try all 3. See which one you like the best. And release. All right, let's switch sides. Left foot down, right heel on top of the left knee. Flex the foot, arms down by your side. Lift up, one-legged bridge pose. So I feel when I do this, I feel this mainly predominantly through my outer hip of this leg. The more you pull your knee down, the more you'll feel it. But remember, if you feel it in your knee, you don't pull the knee down. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up higher, and then slowly lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, figure 4 stretch. Hand in between the legs, reach around behind the leg, rock gently side to side. The other thing is if you can't grab, you can get a belt or a dish towel or something and use that. Remember, you can also straighten the leg. You can bend the knee over. One of the things I like to do is I like to press this elbow into my knee. And when I do that, it really creates a more intense stretch in this outer hip. And again, maybe you don't feel the stretch because you're a kid and you're super flexible, in which case I'm very jealous. Take your time, figure out which variation you like for your body. And release. Legs down. Stretch your arms and your legs apart in opposite directions. It feels really good, like a good morning stretch. Maybe you shake your legs a little bit. All right, we're just going to do a tiny little bit of core work with our crow crunches. I think we started off the week with the crow crunches. They're some of my favorites. Also, too, they're really a great way if crow is something that you really want to do, and I know y'all worked it through with Leafy last time, then doing crow crunches on your back is safe. You're not going to fall, and it gets you totally ready for it. We're going to do one crow crunch, and then I'm going to show you the side crow crunch because we did side crow 2 classes ago, right? And so side crow is something you can also do on your back. So crow crunches, you're going to arms up over your head like your hands are placed against the ceiling. The ceiling is now your floor. You have to roll your head and shoulders up off the mat, and then stick your knees into your arms. And ideally, if you can, you're going to squeeze your arms with your knees. And that's a crow crunch, and already I'm really feeling it through my belly. And then just one, right? Inhale, open up. Exhale, crow crunch. All right, that was the one crow crunch. Now I'm going to show you side crow crunch. So remember, we did side crow the other day. You are welcome to practice it on your own. Remember, be very mindful that you have pillows all around when you do it so that when you fall, you don't face plant like I did. Bring your knees in, arms up. Again, the ceiling is kind of the floor. Now you're going to take your arm and bring it over your knee. Then roll that bottom shoulder up off the mat. So you look kind of like side crow, right? Now, in side crow, my arms are usually bent. Your arms are going to be straight, okay? Now we're going to slowly straighten the legs. Keep pressing the legs into the arm, and then bend your knees and come on back down. We got to do the other side. So arms up, knees together for side crow, right? Head and shoulders up. Take your arm, bring it over your knee, press your knee into your arm and your arm into your knee, and roll that bottom shoulder up off the ground. And then slowly straighten your legs. And slowly bend your knees. And bring it back down. And we straighten the legs because eventually inside crow, we did it the other day with our knees bent, eventually you work on straightening those legs. I will not be teaching that class because I can't do it. All right, rock and roll up. Come up to a seated position. We're going to finish it off with some gentle stretches, being very grateful and appreciative of our bodies that we have the ability to move in this way. We're going to do some seated stretches. So take your right leg out to the right. Bring your left foot inside your knee. Fold over your foot. Every time you inhale, stretch up. Every time you exhale, fold. Every exhalation will get you a little bit closer towards your toes. Now take your right hand inside. I'm going to scooch back so you can see me. Right hand to the side, left arm up and over. And then from here, I'm not sure if we did this the first week or not. Leafy actually showed me this, and I remember the first time she made me do it in her class, I was like, oh, I'm not too crazy about it, and now it's turned into one of my favorite things ever. I don't know why. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand back behind your hip, stretch your right arm up. So your hand and your leg are going to be supporting you, and just do a nice little back bend. And come on back down. All right, let's switch legs. Left leg out, right leg in, create a little pressure. This is just like a sitting tree pose, right? A little bit of pressure of your foot against your thigh. Flex your foot. First, we're going to fold forward. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to fold. Take your left hand inside your leg, right arm up and over, look up. Feel that nice side body stretch. And then inhale, slowly come up. Right hand down next to your hip. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see it. Left arm up, look up, nice back bend. And come on back down to the ground. All right, lie down on your backs. Actually, before we lay down on our back, I almost forgot one last thing I was going to talk about. When we go into these stretches, we're going to do some stretches when we're lying down on our back. So that way it's going to keep your spine straight. But I know that you've heard me say before, and you've probably heard Leafy say before, when you're trying to stretch or get flexibility, you exhale, right? And it's also the same case when we're trying to calm down. If you think about what someone looks like when they're surprised or shocked, right? The normal reaction is, oh. So you're inhaling deeply and holding it, right? That's a kind of a universal expression. If I did that, you would totally make the assumption that something shocked me or surprised me, right? And then after that initial shock or surprise, you exhale to calm down. So it's the same thing in yoga and in life, right? Anytime you're trying to relax into something, or if you want to relax into something, you use your exhalation and make your exhalations traditionally longer than your inhalations. And we're going to apply that when we lie down on our backs. Now, this is if you have really tight legs, which I know a lot of teenagers do, you go ahead and grab a towel or a belt or something like that to use. You're going to lie down on your back. This will keep your spine straight. Keep your right leg out straight and lift your left leg up. Now, here's the time. If you need to grab something in order to get a hold of your leg, go for it. I have short legs, so it doesn't take much for me to grab my feet. And then you're just going to pull your leg in close. Now, feel free to have a little micro bend here. In fact, you probably should have a little micro bend here, and that will keep the pressure off the back of your knee. But you should feel a good stretch in the back of the leg, and then the more you flex your toes back toward your face, the more you're going to feel it through the calf and through the ankle. All right, so if you have a belt or a towel, you're going to grab both sides of that belt or towel with your hand. Then you're going to take your right hand and put it on your hip and see if you can open your leg out to the side. Try not to roll over. You want your both hips square, your both shoulders square. Come back up to the center, and now you're going to switch hands. If you have a belt or a towel, you're going to hold on to it with the opposite hand. Extend your left arm to the left and then slowly bring the leg up and over. Now, for many people, this becomes super, super intense. If this is too intense for you, feel free to bend your knee and just pull your knee down. And then come back to the center. Extend the left leg out. Right leg lifts up. Again, feel free to put a belt or a towel around, or you can just be like this, grab your ankle instead of your foot. If you can grab your foot, go for it. Little slight bend in the back of the knee. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg. Keep your spine straight and your shoulders relaxed. If you're feeling an intense stretch, remember, exhale. If you have a belt or a towel, hold it with both hands. Hold both sides with your right hand. And then take your left hand onto your hip and gently pull the leg out to the side. Come back up to the center. Switch hands. If you don't have a towel, the other thing, you can also grab it anywhere on your leg. Pull your leg up and over. And you kind of support yourself with your right arm out to the right. Again, if that's too much for you, go ahead and bend the knee. And release. Bring both knees into your chest. Rock gently side to side. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Release. Legs down, arms down. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears. We're going to do that body relaxation that we've done plenty of times, but we're going to add a component to it this time. This time, we're not only going to tell the different body parts to relax, but we're going to be grateful for each body part as we go through. Close your eyes, take a big breath in, and let it out. Relax your toes. And say to yourself, I'm thankful for my toes. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your feet and your legs and your knees and your hips. Being so appreciative that you can move them and that they hold you up and allow you to walk and run and do everything that you enjoy doing. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your belly and your back and your chest and your shoulders. Going through each body part and saying thank you. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your arms, your elbows, your forearms to your fingertips. Being so appreciative that you have these strong arms and hands to help you write and throw balls and do all of the things that you love doing, hugging yourself and your loved ones. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your neck and your jaw, your cheeks, your face, your forehead. Being so grateful. And then slowly bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a huge hug. Roll gently to one side and slowly come up. Sit up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders down and back. We'll do 3 deep breaths together. Breathe in so deeply, you fill up your entire torso. And then gently and slowly breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth gently. This last one only through your nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands together in the center of your chest. You are your best self. Thank you for showing up. All that is good within me honors and is grateful for all that is good within you. Namaste. Have a great weekend, guys. Don't forget your exit work, and we will see you next week.